Hey there. Although I am involved with CADAC, the Center of ADHD Awareness Canada, the views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the participants and do not reflect those of CADAC. And now, cue the music.
This is the Impulsive Thinker Podcast, a show for high-achieving ADHD entrepreneurs. Together, we will inform and educate you about how to improve your self-awareness while developing systems, routines, and habits for conquering the entrepreneurial world. Here is your host, André Brisson.
Hey there, it's André with this week's short for the Impulsive Thinker Podcast. Happy New Year! This is the first short of 2022, and I thought what I would do after reading the Gap in the Game book by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy is I thought I would do a 2021 gratitude review, otherwise known as a positive focus, but honestly, I don't do a lot of this, and I should be. I did it a while ago, and it really boosts up your confidence, and especially with the ADHD mind that seems to forget successes. We got to continually look back and see what we have done to notice and recognize what we've done and succeeded. So I'm just going to start off here and make a list. And number one is making the move to develop tactical breakthroughs and developing a program for the high-achieving ADHD entrepreneur. The relationship in 2021, the relationship with my wife has greatly improved since the life tempest and the emotional dysregulation control, which caused to search for the ADHD diagnosis. This year has been a very transformational relationship with her, and I'm very fortunate to have someone so accommodating, so calm, and understanding. And she also did a lot to understand and learn about the ADHD brain and how it does affect relationships. So I'm really grateful for that. The relationships with my two girls at the time of recording were 13 and 9. I think has been a huge, profound deepening over this year, the past year. And I'm very grateful for that because it was not very good. And as you heard from Zelia, this interview, the Monday interview, it wasn't pleasant to be around, and to finally to get to the point where my girls want to hang out with me, they want to do things or just sit there with me. It's very touching. Now, a massive thing that really helped was awesome this year I had each girl, I spent a week alone with them up at my cousin's fishing camp called Cozy Camp up by Ignace, Ontario. So 2 separate trips. 1 week with one daughter and the other week with the other daughter. And man, that was really cool. They never wanted to go home early. They did miss mom, but in the end, it wasn't enough missing mom to want to leave early. And that meant a lot to me. And then from there, that's how I can say the relationship with the girls really grew deeper. And I'm very grateful for that experience. And guess what? They want to do it again. So it feels cool. We hired 5 fantastic smart people for objective engineering. We struggled over COVID with having people who want to work and think, and we got some very good people. They're really taking ownership of their work, and they're really making my life and Phil's, the engineering manager's life, easier by doing things they're supposed to, and it gives us more time to spend time with customers and do higher level work. Very grateful, and I'm really proud of my wife for starting her own gluten-free, egg-free, dairy-free bakery called Rosie's Kitchen, and it's a dedicated gluten-free bakery, something she's been thinking about a long time, and I'm very happy that she took the leap, and I'm grateful that it's working out very well in her first 6 months of business. So I'm proud of her. Launching this podcast was a big one. Actually doing it, being afraid to hit record and get that first episode out of the way, and I'm seeing that I am improving as I'm going along and having great conversations with some fantastic people, and it's opening my experience and my eyes to go beyond where I would have gone before. So this has been a very truly great experience, and I love doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I can. And what's also fantastic about this is 95% of the people I invite as guests all agree to come on, and that makes me feel really good. Objective Engineering, Phil, the engineering manager, he is growing a lot in his new role, and he's gaining a lot of confidence to lead the team and take on the ownership of managing the day-to-day crap that I don't like to do. And I'm proud of him for taking the plunge and working on himself and being truly honest with himself for personal growth. It's good to see. Me protecting my time more to work within my unique ability. I never did that in years to come. I always sacrificed my time so other people can succeed or to bail them out. So thanks to Julia Waller, who just basically told me to stop doing that. And I started to do that. And I find I'm enjoying my work. And actually my team in engineering is actually growing more. So instead of bailing them out every time, I'm helping them fix the problem, correct the problem. And they're actually reducing the amount of times they jump into those corners. So that helped me with getting rid of the guilt. Because in a way they grew a lot more out of it. So it's one of those core beliefs, the stories I kept telling myself. And I got over that. So protecting my time is very important for everyone. Taking chances with new relationships. And what I mean by that is I decided that I'm going to take a leap of faith. And when people actually offer their time or, the big offers, contact me anytime if you need any help. In the past, my core beliefs in the internal system say, they're just saying that to be polite. They're only saying that because that's what they're supposed to do. Or maybe there's some social rule that I'm not supposed to follow up on. So I wouldn't. So now what I did is I said, I'm just going to take a chance because these people are all like-minded and intellectual conversations. I'm generally interested to get to know them more. And you know what? They reciprocated. They're genuinely interested in me and growing. And I'm starting to build some new relationships, all because I decided to take that leap and take a chance on other relationships. And then with that, I'm really grateful. I'm starting to find like-minded people that like intellectual conversations, that like conversation about personal growth, that can provide me insights that I'm not seeing. And we're having a great time now. While I'm not trying to mask myself or change who I am just so that the other person feels comfortable and don't get too upset with the way I don't do things that's normal. The big one here too is I made a big investment in myself last week, and last week at the time of recording. That investment to me was to grow a new capability so I can help the high achieving ADHD entrepreneur. It took a lot of, it's not to do with the amount of money it was just that to make that investment, I had to take a big leap of faith on me. And for this to do, I had to change my core belief, the story I was telling myself, and this program will help me. And I'm starting to invest more into myself for new growth, protect my time, build relationships, and I'm very grateful I took that. And the results, I'm going to be tremendously grateful for. Those were the big ones I can think of. I'm sure there's a lot of other smaller ones, but ultimately, what I'm really grateful for this year, which has a lot to do with my success and achievements this year, is my support team. My wife, Elaine Brisson, my two daughters, Ziddy and Sophie, Phil St. John, my engineering manager for Objective Engineering and also a partner, Nicole Solitar and Christy Chambers, Julia Waller, all from Strategic Coach, that have been big supporters and pushing the envelope for me, or making sure I'm pushing my envelope so I can continue to grow. And then my buddy John Workington from Saskatchewan, who told me not to give up on this and to try and pursue it. And I'm very grateful that he did not give up on me, and it was a support and a push. And ultimately, I am very thankful for you, the listener. No one has time nowadays, and I'm really grateful that you take the time to listen to me blab away and rant, or just sometimes make up stuff as I go. No, but I appreciate your time listening. Everyone's time is limited. Everyone's time is precious, and I thank you for your gift of your time, and I really appreciate it. Now, what I would like you to do right now, pull out a piece of paper, pen or pencil, and write 5 things that you're grateful for 2021, and I would love to hear what they are. You can email them to me at questions@theimpulsivethinker.com. I would love to hear them, and I will respond to them if you do. Again, here's to 2022, which will be better than last year, even though last year was good. And I'm very grateful for the experiences I had, and even grateful for COVID. Believe it or not, that's an obstacle that I've turned into an opportunity, and everyone can. Here's to 2022, and thanks again to the listener. We'll talk to you soon. And this episode was brought to you by KADAK, the Center of ADHD Awareness Canada. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Impulsive Thinker podcast. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for the show, please visit theimpulsivethinker.com. The Impulsive Thinker podcast is produced by Tactical Breakthroughs and hosted by André Brisson. Remember, ADHD is only a part of you, not all of you.